When we say all men cheat, we do mean that, but a lot of people don't go far enough upstream to realize what the real root of the issue is, because it goes much further upstream than just all men cheat. Let me take you there. Most men would cheat if they were given the opportunity, and even more men would for sure cheat if they were not only given the opportunity, but given some sort of guarantee or promise that their significant other wouldn't find out. Why is that? Men are taught under the patriarchy that saying no to themselves, aka being disciplined, is a failure. Hearing the word no for a man means that he failed. And saying yes to yourself and or hearing the word yes in general is treated by men under the patriarchy as a conquest, treated as an accomplishment. It is treated as something to be celebrated. And there are scientific studies proving this. When men act selfishly, the reward center of their brain lights up. The reason that we as women know that we are diametrically opposed to men in this sense is because during that same study, they tested when women's reward center lights up in their brain. And the trigger is the exact opposite. It's actually being selfless. It's giving of yourself. It's having self-discipline. It's saying no to yourself. We say yes to men at our own expense, and men say yes to themselves at our expense. Okay? You need to understand this. The reason that so many men are cheaters or would cheat if they had the chance is because they lack the self-discipline. They've been taught from a very young age that being a man, that masculinity, all of this stuff is basically conquest, colonization, selfishness. These are the things that they associate with being a man, being able to do whatever you want to do. Saying no to yourself does not fall under the purview of being a man, of being a patriarch. Patriarch is supposed to always get what he wants. This is where we get the term king baby, because this is what most men want to be. They want to have the power of a king with the mindset of a baby. And they only want to hear the word yes. And they only want to say the word no. This is how a toddler thinks. This is how a little baby thinks. That's the real upstream reason for why most men will at some point cheat on their significant other. Like when they say it's meaningless, they kind of mean that, right? To them, it's just like something they're entitled to, something that if they were to say no to themselves, they wouldn't really be a real man. Saying yes to themselves in those scenarios makes them feel like more of a man. It makes them feel like they have some power under the patriarchy. It makes them feel like, oh, hey, this whole patriarchy thing is really worth it because I get to do whatever I want. There's this underlying entitlement. This extends far beyond just like all men cheat. This explains the reason why a man would come home every day and put his shoes next to the shoe rack, take off his underwear and put them next to the hamper. This will shave all over the sink and just leave his beard hairs there. Not having that self-discipline, that's what makes him feel like he's a real man under the patriarchy. And he's modeling this behavior after the behavior of like his boss, right? Who just has a secretary to make all of his appointments, to buy his wife flowers, basically save this man from any need for self-discipline. And when men cheat and when men do these selfish things, that's whom they're modeling their behavior after, because that's who they want to feel like. The boss, the king gorilla, the king baby, whatever, as long as everybody around them is just saying yes or is too scared to say no. Men will go to great lengths to achieve this because this is how they're socialized. So when we say all men cheat, it actually goes a lot deeper than that, and the issue goes a lot further upstream. This is the reason why men are selfish in general, and they don't consider the outcomes of their actions, and they're extremely short-sighted, right? Because they think that they're allowed to act like a king and that everybody else will pick up the pieces for them. So far, women have only proven them correct. But thankfully, that's changing a bit lately, which is why they're having this like ginormous extinction burst before our very eyes. Ladies, it's working. Stop saying yes to the bullshit. Okay, be more selfish. Basically, when men test you like this, when they cheat on you, when they do these things in your face, right? They put their shoes next to the shoe rack. They keep spending money on takeout even though y'all are on a budget. All of these things is because they think you'll put up with it. They think that they have you trapped in a place where you have to put up with it, and to them that's the real kind of power that they want to have under the patriarchy. They want to live in a fake, simulated environment that caters to their needs like a mother caters to her baby and loves them as unconditionally as a mother loves her baby. Trust me when I say no men deserve that, because they're not trained to love you unconditionally. With that in mind, stay safe out there. I love you so much. Godspeed. Mwah.